Assalamualaikum and hi. We are from Group 4C and today we would like to present the segmented and interim reporting. The company that we choose is TOPGLOVE Corporation Berhad. Before we start our presentation, let me introduce our group members. The first one is Aina Hazika, the second one is Sabrina, the third one is Nur Badina, and the last one is me, Nur Farhin. So let me start with company background. TOPGLOVE Corporation Berhad is the world's largest manufacturer of gloves. The company was founded in Malaysia in 1991 by Tan Sri Dr. Lim Wee Chai, with one production line and staff comprising 100 people. The company owns and operates 47 manufacturing facilities in Malaysia, Thailand, China, and Vietnam. The company is currently marketing its product internationally to more than 195 countries worldwide to the USA, Middle East, Australia, Japan, Africa, and many others. TOPGLOVE was listed on the Bursa Saham Kuala Lumpur in 2001. TOPGLOVE offers a comprehensive product range of gloves, which now includes a non-glove segment, comprising face masks, dental dams, exercise bands, and household products, fulfilling demand in both the healthcare and non-healthcare segment. TOPGLOVE continues to produce high-quality gloves at an efficient low cost in line with its time-tested business direction.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Badina and I will present the management approach. Factors to consider having a segment reporting is: first, nature of the business activities. It is identified by any activity carried out by an entity with the main objective of profit maximization. Second, existence of manager responsible for the activities. Each segment is controlled by the segment manager who are responsible for ensuring the performance of the segment and making direct contact with the chief of decision making. Lastly, information presented to the board of directors. The chief of decision making shall refer to the report accessed by the board of directors as the content of reliable information regarding overall performance of the entity.
The CODM for TOPGLOVE Berhad is Wong Chong Ban, the Chief Operating Officer. His responsibilities is to make decision on the allocation of resource and the performance assessment of TOPGLOVE Berhad. Other than that, he also need to review the management risk and review the effectiveness of the internal control of the company. Operating segment may be a business segment or geographical segment. For TOPGLOVE Berhad, the operating segment is geographical segment as it is determined according to the country. Example of operating segment for TOPGLOVE Berhad is Malaysia, Indonesia, Vietnam, Thailand, and others.
Reproduce a segmental report. TOPGLOVE is using revenue basis in measuring its operating segment. Therefore, the 10% threshold will be evaluated based on its total report revenue from sales to external customer and inter-segment. After determination of the reportable segment by using 10% threshold test, the entity must do at least 75% threshold in which the total external revenue of the reported segment must be at least 75% of the total external revenue of the entity.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. I am Aina Hazika. I'm going to explain on how to calculate the quantitative threshold test. For 10% test, there are 3 ways to calculate the threshold test, which are revenue 10% test, asset 10% test, or profit or loss 10% test. So for TOPGLOVE Corporation Berhad, my group have chosen revenue 10% test for this group project. So revenue 10% test consists of external and also internal revenue. Firstly, we need to calculate the total revenue for all segments. So we must add up internal and external revenue. So as you can see, the total combined revenue of all geographical segments is 6,061,568. For each of the segments, we will get the percentage. So based on the table, Malaysia gets 60.77%, Thailand gets 11.62%, China 0.95%, Indonesia 11.5%, Vietnam 11.43%, and others 3.73%. Geographical segments with more or equal to 10% will be a reportable segment. Therefore, reportable segment will be segment Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, and also Vietnam.
From the 75% test, we can conclude that the external sales of reportable segment has exceeded the 75% revenue requirement. China and other segment that is not reportable segment is to be combined and disclosed under all other segment category.
So this is a new segmental report of the TOPGLOVE. As a result, from the calculation of 10% and 75% threshold previously, we know that Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, and Vietnam are reportable segment. Meanwhile, for China and others is non-reportable segment. There are a few adjustments made in producing a new segmental report of TOPGLOVE. For the first adjustment, we added up another two geographical segments, which are Indonesia and Vietnam, to fulfill the requirement of the question that need at least 4 reportable segments. We also adjusted and changed the amount of revenue in Thailand to meet the 10% requirement. Other than that, all other information remain the same.
The advantages of segment reporting are: first, the performance and evaluation of the result of the organization will be more understandable and transparent. Secondly, it helps potential investors with important units of information for a better decision making in investment. Thirdly, it is easier to identify the most profitable units or loss-making units with the help of segmental reporting. Fourth, better analysis of risk and returns of the organization. And lastly, it helps optimizing the use of resources and for a better presentation.
The disadvantages of segment reporting is: first, it is not useful for the financial statement users, such as investor. Misunderstanding may occur among the investor because it is not easy to understand the segment reporting. The company may incur extra cost of expense in providing the segment information to the external users. It also will lead the company to competitive, as the confidential information about the profitability of the company is revealed to the competitors. For example, competitors of TOPGLOVE Berhad will analyze the segment reporting and predict the decision of CODM of TOPGLOVE Berhad.
Moving on to the second part, which is Part B, interim reporting. The basis of preparation of the interim report. The basis of preparation of interim report consists of two bases, which are integral method and discrete method. Integral method is an integral part of the annual accounting period. In this basis, the interim report is a fraction of the annual report. For the second one is discrete method. The discrete method is the method that prepared on a periodic basis and as a separate period in interim report. Therefore, the basis of preparation used by TOPGLOVE is discrete method, as the reports are being prepared on a periodic basis, which is quarterly. The interim financial report is unaudited and has been prepared in accordance with FAR570 interim financial reporting and paragraph 9.22 of the listing requirement of Bursa Malaysia Securities Berhad. The interim financial report should be read in conjunction with the audited financial statements of the group for the financial year ended 31st August 2019.
Accounting policies. TOPGLOVE using impairment of non-financial assets. The group and the company assess at each reporting date whether there is an indication that an asset may be impaired. If any such indication exists, or when an annual impairment assessment for an asset is required, the group and the company make an estimate of the asset's recoverable amount. For the purpose of assessing impairment, assets are grouped at the lowest level for which there are separately identifiable cash flow. Second, TOPGLOVE using provision. Provisions are recognized when the group and the company have a present obligation which is legal or contractual as a result of a past event, and it is probable that an outflow of economic resources will be required to settle the obligation, and the amount of the obligation can be reliably measured. Provisions are reviewed at each reporting date and adjusted to reflect the current best estimate.
Interim reporting is prepared shorter than a full financial year. And for TOPGLOVE Berhad, it is prepared by quarterly. For the third quarter, it is end by 31st May of 2020.
For TOPGLOVE Corporation Berhad, the year ending is on 31st August 2020, and the company uses quarterly interim report, which means each of the quarter consists of 3 months. So based on the company's financial report, we are now using the third quarter interim report. The third quarter is from 1st March until 31st May 2020. Firstly, for the statement of financial position, the current interim reporting is from 1st March 2020 until 31st May 2020. For the comparative, the end of preceding financial year is at 31st August 2019, starting from 1st September 2018. Next, this standard requires the entity to provide statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income for the current interim period, and also for cumulative for the current financial year to date. For the third quarter, the current interim period is from 1st March 2020 until 31st May 2020, and cumulative interim report, which comprises of 9 months from 1st September 2019 until 31st May 2020. Same goes to comparative. The 3 months ended is from 1st March 2019 until 31st May 2019. And for cumulative, for 9 months ended is from 1st September 2018 until 31st May 2019. For statement of cash flows and also statement of changes in equity, both showing changes cumulative for the current financial year to date with a comparative statement for the comparable year to date period of the immediately preceding year. For the third quarter, the cumulative period will be from 1st September 2019 until 31st May 2020. For comparable interim period will be from 1st September 2018 until 31st May of 2019. For the first adjustment as at 31st May 2020, the inventories of 5,000 units have a net realizable value of 563,781, while the cost is 0,63531. So we will choose the lower of net realizable value and cost. So because of net realizable value is lower than the cost, thus the amount recorded in statement of financial position as at 31st May 2020 is at net realizable value amounted to 563,781.
Next, for the second adjustment, the company launched a new product on January 2020. For the third quarter period ended 31st May 2020, the sales of the new product were Rm 10 million. It is the company's policy to make provision for warranties on repairs of the product equivalent to 5% of the sale. Hence, the adjustment is that the company shall recognize provision for warranties on repairs of the product of 500,000, which is 5% times Rm 10 million as at 31st May 2020, since it is within the interim period. So the general entry will be debit warranty expense Rm 500,000 and credit provision for warranty Rm 500,000. So this is the TOPGLOVE extract from the condensed consolidated statement of financial position as at 31st May 2020. As you can see, before the adjustment, provision under non-current liabilities is Rm 3,260,000. Meanwhile, after the adjustment, the amount is increased to Rm 3,760,000.